Good day, everyone. My name is Jackson Green again. Today I decided for our second discussion board forum to talk a little bit about Presbyterianism and its influence, particularly on the beginning of the United States. So how it helped spring about the American Revolution, and more importantly, some of the elements that wound up in our Constitution, like the separation of powers. Now, the Presbyterians in the American colonies were one of the more influential parts of the founding for the American Revolutionary War. They were one of the first ones to really get involved in the anti-bishopric movement that started to take hold in the 1760s. And while I do disagree with some things in the Presbyterian Church, it is truly imperative for historians to view history and the story of the past with lenses that are as close to being unbiased as possible and looking towards the sources. The truth of the matter is that the religious dissenters in the Presbyterian churches in the colonies played a really sizable role in the build-up to the American War for Independence and in its immediate aftermath. A multitude of contemporaries, such as Horace Walpole, Ambrose Searle, and Joseph Galloway being a member of the Pennsylvania Convention to the Continental Congress, blamed the Presbyterians as part of a conspiracy to foment a rebellion in the colonies. Galloway turns away from the Congress when independence becomes almost a sure conclusion, and he blames a tripartite conspiracy between the Congregationalists, the smugglers, and the Presbyterians. In the years leading up to the Revolutionary War, the Presbyterians in the southern and middle colonies were among the front line defense against things like the Stamp Act and, as I mentioned earlier, the attempt to put in a bishop into the American colonies. Leonard Kramer, in his Presbyterians Approach the American Revolution, takes a particular look at one Presbyterian named John Zubley, who was born in Switzerland. He served in Georgia, and it's through his struggle against the Anglican establishment, Kramer shows the need for religious toleration acts like what will eventually come out of states like Virginia. The author also discusses the response of Presbyterian clergy to the repeal of the Stamp Act through the life of Zubley. This same minister, Zubley, in the article is used as the archetype of the Presbyterian favoring representative government with checks and balances that permeated the early colonial presbyteries, even though Zubley himself could never actually acquiesce and agree to outright political separation from the United Kingdom. The concept of representational style of government is in the church government of the Presbyterians is not just something that Kramer comes up with. It can also be seen in Mark Knowles' What Has Been Distinctly American about American Presbyterians, who writes it as an even mix of democratic and aristocratic elements. And Thomas Pears as well, in his Presbyterians and American Freedom, who actually directly likens the church government to representational democracy. So for these reasons and many, many more that I can't really get into in just a 5-minute video, the Presbyterian denomination in the United States is one of those ones that has proven to be a very influential form on American political and military histories. So with that, I hope everyone is staying well. Thank you for watching this video, and have a good day.